Tired of your old kitchen or bathroom? Upgrade to the home of your dreams with Manny and Courtney from CMK Construction. CMK Construction is Tampa's award-winning kitchen and bath leader for over 20 years. Right now, save $3,000 on a new kitchen and $2,000 on a new bathroom. And take advantage of our no money down and no interest financing until 2026. Imagine, design, build.
Streaming from the Tampa Bay 28 Weather Center in Studio A. This is Dennis Phillips Live. Brought to you by CMK Construction, crafting Tampa's most exquisite bathrooms and kitchens.
How you doing, everybody? It is a Friday night edition of Dennis Phillips Live, and it is Friday the 13th. I hope you've had a good day. I hope you've had a good week. I hope you have a good weekend coming up. Today, I'm gonna focus more on you. There are some times I lean on y'all to kind of lead the way. And sometimes our show, if you're watching on the spot and you're not really familiar, sometimes we're jam-packed with weather and the threat of severe weather. And by the way, we do have some rain in our forecast for Sunday evening. We'll talk about the chances of rain for the Daytona 500. But I'll be honest, there are other times where I just enjoy reading the comments and kind of playing off of you. You know, like in a boxing match, sometimes there's people who are the aggressors, and then there's sometimes they're the counterpunchers, and they're the ones that kind of react to who's being aggressive. So the way I look at it is there are times when you guys can lead the way, and maybe I need your help today as one of those days. You know, if you were watching the newscast tonight, which I'm sure every single one of you were, and if you weren't, shame on you. But we were talking about the Trop today, which was reopened to the media to show how far they've come. And, you know, the field is just about done. They've still got work to do on, you know, in the locker rooms and whatnot, but obviously the roof is done. And it really reminded me of when we had Milton, Hurricane Milton, because in case you'd forgotten, we lost the roof of the Trop during Hurricane Milton. And we were on the air, and Eric Waxler was out in front of the Trop, and all of our reporters were covering the storm, and I'm sure so many of y'all went through it. Maybe you evacuated, maybe you stayed put and hunkered down. You know, Helene was obviously just a few weeks prior, so we were just so shell-shocked as it was. But I'll never forget. So, you know, I'm on TV, and we were reporting 90-mile-an-hour winds across much of Pinellas County, and we were hearing reports of power outages and trees down and potential tornado warnings. And I'm over at the green wall, right over there in our green wall area, and I'm doing the weather, right? And you have a producer in your ear most of the time. Well, normally you have a producer in your ear, not in DPL, because you guys are my producers. Like around 7:39, I'll start seeing y'all screaming, break one, which is good, because I need that, because sometimes I go on tangents. But so I'm over there, and I'm giving the weather, and I'm talking about the storm and the winds, and I hear my producer, Ileana. She goes in my ear, and she's like, she was the news producer. The way it works is you have a news producer in the control room, and they're talking to the anchors, and they're responsible for typing the show, writing the scripts, making sure that everything kind of stays on the tracks from a news perspective. Whereas the technical directors, the production people, it's their job to make sure technically it stays on the track. And when you're DPL, where you do it all, I just pray that each and every day that I find some way to keep it on the track. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Y'all know that. That kind of makes the show entertaining when it falls. Because y'all know that is just the way it is. It's the whole rubbernecking thing. It's the whole mindset that people love a train crash. And they just, and if it's during the show, they will watch. Well, during hurricane coverage, they just let us go, especially weather. You know, because if there's severe weather going on, look, it's our time at that point. We are covering each and every facet of that severe weather. And to this date, I went to the doctor's office this morning, and it was a new doctor because my other doctor had retired. And I didn't know that until I got there. But so I walk in, and there were 2 or 3 very nice nurses and receptionists there. And the first thing they say is, I watch you guys during the hurricanes. You keep us safe. The girl who was here from Jeannie's Florist earlier this week, you guys keep us safe. So that's something that we really take a lot of, we take it seriously. I mean, we really do. We do not minimize when it hits the fan, and you can go in a lot of different directions to get information you need to keep your family safe. Our team, Greg and Jason and Shay and Allie and myself, we really, truly do our best to not sleep and to keep all the information to you, to get it to you at all times. So I'm on TV, right? And I'm talking about the wind, and I'm talking about the rain. I'm talking about how bad it is. And Ileana, my producer, goes into my ear, Dennis, toss to Eric Waxler. Now, weather people, we are unscripted, right? We're all ad lib. When you look in the cameras that are the TV cameras, the weather people, we just talk, as I do on this show. There's no script. There's no rhyme or reason. They give me a time, and usually they would like me to stay in that time frame. Quite often I don't, but they would hope that I would, and I try to. Now, I'll give you a little tidbit. Used to be back in the day, sports would follow weather, right? Most local newscasts at that time, and sometimes still, sports would follow weather, rather. So anytime the weather person would go long, that would have to come out of sports. So we wouldn't want to go long because we don't want to, shortchange the sports person. So our goal is to stay on time. But during hurricane season, there ain't no clock because we're on 24/7, right? And I'm over there talking about the wind and the rain, and Ileana says again, Dennis, toss to Eric Waxler. Now, they like to go to the different reporters, and there are times, and you guys have seen it, when there's not a lot going on and we're doing continuous coverage, you sometimes go to a reporter and there's nothing going on. We're standing here and it's a little windy and they'll throw a palm frond up in the air and it won't do anything. Now, that happens occasionally. You guys know it. You've seen it. I know you have, right? So, not saying that was going on with Milton, obviously, but I'm talking about tornadoes and severe weather, and she's saying, Dennis, toss to Eric Waxler. So you know me, what I'm going to do. I look in the camera and go, no, I'm not tossing Eric Waxler because we have a tornado warning and we have severe weather. And I just keep talking. So then 30, 45 seconds later, Ileana says in my ear again, Dennis, toss to Eric Waxler. And I just stopped. I look at the camera. Here, I'll show you what I did. This is what I did. So I'm over here hey, yeah, we got this, talking about the rain. And I hear that in my ear and I go, Ileana, I'm not tossing to Eric Waxler. We have severe weather to talk about. So of course, she's going to get really mad at me when I do that. But luckily, I've been here enough years that I can do it. And you are right, Denise. Heaven forbid I ever interrupt General Hospital. Because let me tell you, there are a lot of frightening people on earth, but there is no one more frightening than a little old lady who is upset that you interrupted your story with severe weather. True story. No one scares me more than a 75-year-old woman who calls the station and yelling, "Why is that weather person talking about a tornado? It's not affecting me." He told us, get him off the TV. Man, when there's a tornado warning, I don't like to go on TV anymore because I'm scared to death that there'll be a pack of little old ladies outside waiting for me when I leave the station. It's a true story. So anyway, all right, so the end of the day, literally the third time, Ileana says, "Dennis, toss to Eric Waxler." I'm like, okay. So I toss to Eric Waxler, and the first shot is him standing in front of the tattered Trop. And I looked at it, and I'm like, whoa. And the newsroom, because the green wall is over here, and the newsroom's, I don't know, maybe 30 or 40 people. I'm already to my break time. 30, 40 feet away, maybe more. And I heard a giant gasp in the newsroom. And that's kind of what I felt too, because if you remember, there were so many volunteers who were here, emergency folks who were here, and they were situated in the Trop, and there were all those cots in the Trop, hundreds of cots where that was their headquarters, where they were out there, here to help people and protect people. And we thought that the roof had collapsed. So, and the reason we ran that story today, because they were and I remember saying to Eric, I think this might be the last time we will ever see baseball in Tropicana Field, because we really thought that roof had completely collapsed. And, we all know, fortunately, it was just the tarp, not that. But today was not the anniversary of that, but today they let people back in to Tropicana Field. And I'm looking forward to it. I loved Steinbrenner. I did. I enjoy outdoor baseball. I do. But it was hot, especially if you were right behind home plate. Those 1 o'clock first pitch games, man, you are cooking. But I know some people like the outside, some people like the inside. I totally get it. So, all right, anyway, we had fog this morning. We will not have fog tomorrow morning. Valentine's Day will be sunny. Valentine's Day will be warm. High temperatures around 80 degrees. But on Sunday, it's going to rain. Are we talking morning? Are we talking night? What about Daytona? We'll talk about that in 90 seconds as Dennis Phillips Live continues. Okay, so somebody said, ditch the Just for Men. No, because whatever. I am not ready to be a silver fox. Sorry, I'm not. Whatever. You say it for whatever you want to. I'm just not ready for that. So there you go. So anyway, that just made me laugh. And you know what? Every now and again, I'll get somebody say that. You know what? Nope. At some point in my life, maybe I will, but it ain't happening anytime soon because I prefer to have darker hair. I just do. No, there you go. I did not see the photo. I did not. Oh, yeah, it was crazy. It was absolutely. Eric Waxler had it. Eric Waxler did have it. Are we back? Oh, we still got 20. So let's talk about, we'll wait till the TV folks get back, and then we'll go through the forecast, okay? I told you guys, so tonight I get to make rule number 7 shoes in my dinner break. I'm going to talk about that coming up right now, too. And then we'll talk about the rain. Okay, we're welcome back to Dennis Phillips Live. All right, so I'm going to be honest. The conversation on here while the TV folks have been gone is, should I let my hair completely go gray or not? And like Dave is like, embrace the gray. And I'm like, no, sorry, not going to do it. You know what? I am not ready to go silver. I'm not. And no matter what you say or what you think, it ain't happening. Now, if they would let me grow a beard that was salt and pepper, which, like when I'm off work for vacation or whatever, in a week I'll have not even that less, I'll have a full beard. And it's way more salt than pepper, but it is salt and pepper. If I could grow a salt and pepper beard, then maybe I would, because I think that would look kind of good. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm going to do what I want to do. So I appreciate the, Mary's like, embrace the great. It ain't happening. Ain't happening. All right, somebody's asking about Daytona. Let's talk about Daytona, all right? And I'm curious, is anybody out there going to Daytona? I've not updated this map yet, have I? I have not. Here, let's go ahead and just call up the map. Oh, but look at this. I got to do this CAPTA thing. See if I did it right. Look, you guys see any more bikes there? I don't know. That's kind of what I see. Yeah, it worked. Okay. All right, so there we go. All right, so let's call up the GFS and the Euro, and let's see about the rain. Because right now, I think the models are slowing down the rain, and it looks pretty good for Daytona. It kind of does. I think it looks pretty good. Let's look at the Euro. All right, here we go. This is Pick on Dennis's hair day. Do you know when I worked in Gainesville? It's a true story. When I worked in Gainesville, and this was a long time ago, I got my Gator roll number 7 on. There was a local radio guy that was saying that they were talking about me, and they said that it wasn't really my hair. It was just a toupee made of young Italian boy hair. That's what it was, because that's when I had jet black hair. And by the way, this is all since we're talking about my hair, guys know me. I don't care. Whatever. I'm too old to worry about any of that stuff. It's all my hair. There ain't nothing fake about this other than, the color is a little darker than it would be otherwise. But whatever. All right, let's go. Let's go back. You know what? I just never know what direction this is going to go. I never do. And sometimes it surprises me. And by the way, in a minute, when we come back from the break, I want to talk about a commercial that I just saw, which just was unbelievable. Okay. So now red, embrace silver fox. No, sorry, ain't happening. All right, anyway, here's a look at the GFS. All right, here is the GFS on Sunday morning. All right, Sunday morning, 7 o'clock. Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Still the rain isn't there. And then this is about 8 o'clock. So the GFS has really slowed down the rain. So if the GFS is right, the 500 will have no issues at all with weather. But the Euro, which it has been all along, is more aggressive. And the Euro brings rain into, here, let's go ahead and use Florida as a map. And the Euro brings it to, where is that? Here we go. Let's look. Let's just call it up. All right. See if it loads. All right. So here is Sunday, 1 o'clock. Now that is 8 o'clock Sunday night, and the rain is just going into Daytona. And by the way, look at our rain. If you're not going to Daytona, hey, but most of us aren't. Look at our rain coming in. That is a good ½ an inch of rain coming into our area on Sunday night. But as long as the race is remotely, I don't want to say wreck-free, crash-free, but if there aren't massive delays because of the event itself, non-weather related, I think they get that in without rain. So that's the way it's looking right now. Let's talk about totals here. Let's go through, because I was showing you this a little while ago. And actually, you know what we'll do? We'll hit a break. We'll come back and look at the totals. And I got to tell you another story real quick. Tonight's story night on DPL. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Stan was silver at 24, and he liked it. Yeah, I mean, guys, look. Everybody's got their opinion, and that's good, but I'm not ready to be silver. I don't know if I ever will. Again, I say it. I'll go with the beard that's salt and pepper. I kind of like that look. I mean, it's, you know, kind of that mountain man kind of look. Remember the Jeremiah Johnson, Robert Redford had that big old beard? I like it, but I just don't think it works for me. But that's just me. You know, and luckily it's my choice. So, you know, there's that too. All right, so we are in a break, right? Yeah, good. For a second, I thought I forgot to press the button, and then we would really be stuck with time. All right, we've got 37 seconds left. I want to advance to the map. Hold on. Let's go ahead and advance to the map with where the I wonder if the joker's on, just for men. I wonder if he thought I'd get mad at it. No. Why would I care? All right, we're back in 10 seconds. Oh, come on. Actually, no, now we're back in 10 seconds. All right. All right. This is my clicker. Back in 3, 2. Hey, doing everybody? Welcome back to Dennis Phillips Live. This is our map advancer, this garage door opener thingy. That's on TV. That's how we advance the maps. You just press the button. And, you know, some of the weather people try to be kind of sly, you know, with it, like they kind of hide it, like it's magic, where I'm just kind of like, like my TV remote at home. I don't know about you, but like I've got so many electronics going on in my house. Like I don't know which remote I should be using, and I'm just like all over the place. This one works pretty well, although actually a couple nights ago on the air it failed, the battery failed. All right, here's Futurecast. Let's go back and look at that because I want to show you the overall rainfall totals. All right, let me see if I can find this. Where is it? All right, here we go. All right, here we go. There is a look at Sunday night. Most of the rain still offshore, okay? Tomorrow morning, 40s and 50s, no fog in the morning. I'll say it again, no fog. Temperatures stay above average. And here's the rain. Sunday night, north of I-4. Monday morning, I-4 southward. Okay? All right, there it is. Here's the map I was showing you. There's the Euro rainfall totals. So it's an estimate. You know, it's, I mean, take it with a grain of salt, but nothing wrong about that. I mean, if we can get that Sunday night, that would be amazing. And again, in terms of showing you the timing, this is Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m., Sunday evening at 8 p.m., it's just starting to come in. Monday morning at 1 a.m., that's when the heaviest rain comes through. So Monday morning, well, Sunday night, 8 p.m. to Monday morning at around, this is Monday morning at 8 a.m., so it already is moved through. So there it is. I want to show you one more thing here. Let's go ahead and call up SPC, not St. Pete College, who I do love, but Storm Prediction Center. So if you look at Storm Prediction Center for day 3, which is right here, there is a marginal chance of some severe weather. Marginal. It's a 1 on the scale of 0 to 5, it's a 1. So it isn't 0, but it's pretty low. And if you go through it, and it just pretty much says things destabilize into Sunday, potentially spreading to parts of the Florida Peninsula by Sunday night. So that is something we will watch for the chance of a couple of thunderstorms overnight Sunday night. All right, so let's time it out again. All right? So tonight, clear, no fog. A little bit of sea fog in Venice right now, actually, in south of Sarasota, but for everybody else, no. No, the fog, there will not be hardly any fog tomorrow Any fog at all tomorrow at the beach, Katie. All right, tomorrow, sunny, beautiful, highs around 80. All right, tomorrow night, clear, no fog. Sunday morning, clear, no fog, 50s. Sunday afternoon, increasing clouds. Rain comes in Sunday evening through the overnight. 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch, and a couple of thunderstorms possible, especially citrus, or anywhere north. The farther north you live, the better the chance you have. Monday, all right, Monday, you see warm temperatures. Let me call up that map. There you go. And then we stay in the upper 70s to low 80s through all of next week. There it is. One last break. I'm going to finish up. I had a little rant that I just did on Facebook. I'll share that because it's kind of crazy. I'll talk about it coming up in 90 seconds. All right, so I was checking my email. Not a lot of wind. Not a lot of wind. All right, so I was checking my emails, and all of a sudden, I got an email. You know what? I'm going to see if I can call up. I'm going to call up this map. I'm going to call up this map. I'm going to see if I can do it real quick, so I can show it on TV. And you guys, watching on social, we do this. So this is, I'm not alienating you. Check it out. Oh, this is going to work. This was a super fog map. Get rid of that. I'm going to put this in. There we go. Oh yeah, see how fast this. It probably would have taken me an hour to create this graphic before the magic of technology. And now look how easy it was. I posted it on Facebook, so then our computer allows us to go from Facebook back to our weather computer, save it, and there it is. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna, you guys are still talking about a hair. Oh, and I'm gonna go do my rule number 7, shoes. Oh my gosh, I gotta do that. I got 2 things to talk about, and I got 3 minutes to do so. In. All right, 3, 2. Welcome back to our last edition. On the spot, you may have heard the official broadcast partner of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Bolts are in the winter games right now, but here's what's going on. Here's what I was going to talk about. I opened up my email about 20 minutes ago, and this ad came up. And it's for Howl-O-Scream. And I thought, and Howl-O-Scream is like, it's the scary stuff over at Busch Gardens. Then they have Halloween Horror Nights at Universal. I love them all. They're a blast. But I'm thinking, why is this old email in my email? Because it's February. And we all joke about Walmart putting out their Easter candy right after Christmas. But it is February 13th, and there is a sale going on for Howl-O-Scream tickets at Busch Gardens. Now, I get it. It's Friday the 13th, and they're offering a great deal. But this might be a record in my mind that somebody is advertising a Halloween event, and it isn't just Halloween because they started in September, and it's a great event. I do love it, and it's a great deal. So if you are and by the way, Jason Adams is a huge Howl-O-Scream fan. If you go to it, hey, $35 is the cheapest you'll ever see it. But it just made me laugh that we're in February and there's Halloween ads for an event. It shocked me. All right, lastly, I'm going over to create some rule number 7 sneakers during my dinner break. It's a true story. I don't know anything about it, but I was offered the opportunity to create some rule number 7 shoes. So I'll let you know how it goes. And maybe if they actually turn into a thing, we can do it and donate to charity like we do with everything else. I'll call all our other rule number 7 stuff. So I'll have more on that on Monday. Again, beautiful weekend, no fog, except for Sarasota southward, a little bit of sea fog. Rain comes in Sunday night. I think they get Daytona in before the rains come in. If you're watching on the spot and streaming, thanks for watching. As always, have a great night, and we'll see you on Monday night's edition of DPL. Okay, so they are gone. Okay, so State Fair Anna Maria had their first sale in October. Do the math. November, December, January, February, 3.5 months. I did this math, by the way. when I thought about it. Hallow Scream, it's February. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 8 months early. And hey, it worked. Their marketing guru must have been right, because they're like, look, I'm going to put this in. Dennis Phillips is going to be like, he'll put it on his show. And I posted about it on Facebook too. So if, you know what? And hey, if you know that you love Hallow Scream and you know you're going to go, you probably can save $100, you know, by buying the ticket now and then just hanging on to it until you go. It is a thought. You can come on in. It's all good. You can come in. All right, so now Mary's talking about her Christmas village. Okay, I'm going to tell earliest rain in West Chase. I would say 6 o'clock, maybe even 7. Yeah, I know. Mary, I wanted to do an umbrella. I wanted to do a rule number 7 umbrella. So we are big Halloween. So my family is a big Halloween fan. I'm more of the Christmas guy. You know this. Okay. And I was trumped by my family. Okay. Ridicule me if you want to. And it doesn't even have to be about my hair. So I still have a Christmas tree up. I don't care. And my family's getting really mad at me. Dad, take it down because, you know, it makes it less special. And I don't care. I love it. And it's the prettiest tree that we have. So it is maybe even this weekend, because the village has been coming down piece by piece, and we got a big village, so it takes a while. But I've not been able to let go of the cruise mic. How you doing, cruise mic? I've not been able to let go of the Christmas tree yet. I just can't. Sorry. So, all right, guys. So I guess I got to go and see. I got to go and see how the shoe stuff goes. You know, I don't know what colors to go with. We're going to find out. So I will post something about it, and if I don't get anything to post, I will certainly have more about the shoe extravaganza, the rule number 7 shoe extravaganza, coming up on Monday night's edition of Dennis Phillips Live. You guys have a good night. As always, love your loyalty, love your humor, and hey, it ain't changing. So there you go. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week.